Hey, good day, and welcome to the January show. Today is January the 2nd, 2018, and me and my lovely fiance are just opening up and presenting to you some questions and some thoughts that we have upon getting married this 2018. Now, of course, a lot of us now are getting married because we're at that age and that 25 to 35 range of age. And there's some questions that some people just may wonder about. And so some of the questions that we have today are just going to be something personal of just myself and Miracle and what we share with each other. So our first question today is how we met.
You want me to answer or you want to
Yes,
answer?
please.
Okay. Which time?
Both.
Okay. So, the first time is a little fuzzy, but I remember I was working. I was getting off my job, and I worked at the mall. And across the street from the mall, there was an In-N-Out. And so, my cousin and my brother were at the In-N-Out. So, I went to meet them, and this guy was there. At this time, we didn't really know each other, and it wasn't really like a big thing, but he was just there. And they were like, oh, he was like, this is my buddy John. And I was like, oh, hey. I didn't really care. And then I got my burger and ate. And then they just talked. So that was really whatever. So then months later, or maybe a year?
Some months later.
Was it months later?
Yeah, roughly 7.
Time passed quickly. Because background. Background. Don't want to get background. Okay. So we went to the same church because I have to get the background story. We went to the same church, or we go to the same church, and so previous or prior to this, or during this time, was it during this time? Well, he was with the mother of his child.
Okay.
They're in a relationship, so I didn't really think too much about it because I was like, oh, I know that guy. He's always with, the girl, because I thought they were married or whatever. So then months passed, and then how did we? Oh, okay. So we went to the same church, and then one day, like after church, I had asked him like, "Oh, hey, aren't you?" I don't know why it's so random. I was like, "Hey, aren't you married?" I don't know if I asked, "Aren't you married to?" or "Aren't you? You're married, right? You're married, and you have a little daughter." And he was like, "Yes, I do have a child, but I'm not married," because he has this little bougie type voice that he uses sometimes with people like, but I'm not married, but I do have the child, and she's the mother of my child.
She was checking up on it.
And then I was like, okay, like I don't care. I just was just wondering because I hadn't seen him with her for a while, so I was just like, you know. And then we ended up going to eat. Me, him, my mom, my cousin, and then this other guy. And that's what happened. Oh, my cousin had invited him to eat with us or something like that. Or he invited himself.
So, as you heard, this is a little bit of her part of the story of how we met. Initially, yes, we did meet at In and Out, and I did speak and say hello. But then also, when we did go out, we went to a restaurant called Mary Stewart's, and this was after a church service that we had had. And there was another gentleman that was sitting with us. The name won't be revealed. But my friend, her cousin, was trying to pass her off and, give little hints, hey, why don't you take her out on a date? And why don't you, do this? And hey, Miracle, would you be up to going out this place? And a whole slew of suggestions of places to go. And, the gentleman at the time did not pick up on the hints. And so, me being the fine young gentleman that I am, I said, well, why not me? And so, that's how that happened. I smiled at her, gave her a wink, and put the little charm on her.
Oh.
And that's initially how we met and how she fell in love with me.
Oh, wait. First of all, no. But let me tell you one part that was funny. They tried to have like you know how you hear about like male macho tests, like, no, look at my muscles, no, look at my muscles. So they like did that with like tattoos. Like the other guy was like, oh yeah, I got a tattoo. Like he had like a little tattoo. And then he comes like, well, I got a tattoo right here, and I got 2 tattoos right here. I'm like,
But she likes my
really? Y'all
tattoos.
showing off over tattoos? Stop.
Okay, so
Stop.
that's how we met. Our second question is how do we feel about each other
How do we feel about each other?
in the present day, right now? How do we feel?
So how do I
about
feel
each other?
about you?
How do you feel?
Oh, I
About me?
cannot stand him. Oh, he gets on my nerves. But I love him though. I'm just kidding. I can stand him. This is my baby, my booba. How I feel about you? Well, I love you. Well, I love him, and he's like my best friend. Like for real, this is my best friend. Woo! We've been through some things. I can tell him anything. He's supportive. I can talk to him about anything. I can be myself 100%. No judgment at all. And if he does judge me, he keeps it in his mind. He doesn't ever say anything. So, that's always nice to feel like you're not being judged.
That's it?
And there's other things too, but I'm not really like a talker like that about feelings and stuff, but that's the gist of it. I'm not going to get too in depth because I don't want to start crying.
Okay. Well, how I feel about Miracle is Miracle is an amazing woman who is so kind-hearted and so loving in the sense that you are able to be the man that you want to be, and she wholeheartedly just consumes you with her love and her kindness and her generosity in all manners. And a lot of times, that's more than any man could ask. And so, what she really means to me is beyond this world can even imagine, because what she does for me day in and day out with just her inspiration, and her love and kindness, just to continue to better myself as a man and better myself as we begin this family, and better myself as an entrepreneur and so many other aspects. It really does give a great deal of comfort of comfort knowing that I have this nice young woman by my side. And so, as we move on to the next question that is on our pamphlet here, the next question is how do we feel about marriage? How do you feel about getting married?
Better to marry than to burn.
It's better to marry than to burn.
How do I feel about marriage as far as in a whole? Just like generally?
Well, let's explain to our viewers, how do you feel about getting married? Is it everything that you've dreamed up to till this point? Is it everything that you encompassed? Is it everything that you want? Elaborate for me.
I feel happy I'm getting married. Like, little girls think about being married from the time they're like little wee tots to like, adults. So it feels like, I guess it feels like it doesn't feel like it. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm getting married. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, how like, oh, you've been looking forward to something for so long, and like you're so excited, and then it's finally happening, but then it doesn't feel like, is this really happening? I don't know. Like, am I really getting married? Like, it hasn't fully hit me yet. But I don't know. I'm excited to start a family, be with this guy. It's actually funny because growing up, I think when I was a kid, like elementary school, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be married and have kids when I turn 18, because you don't know, and then you get 18 and you're like, why did I think I was gonna be married at this age? And I thought the same thing at 21. When I got to 21, I was like, yeah, I don't really know the importance of marriage and the actual, like, what it means to be married. Because, like, to be married, I know we're not married yet, but I know it's going to be, like, sacrifices. And it's, like, you really committing yourself to an individual, being held accountable to them. You can't just give up and walk away. Some people do, but, my view of it is you can't just give up and walk away. And oftentimes, like, back in the day, I was like quick to cut people off, but like as I'm growing and learning about myself and learning about him and learning how to better support him and how we can better support and grow with each other, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, how I feel about marriages is I think that it's an awesome and outstanding thing that happens. And I feel like in my own life that getting married is a pivotal point in my life. And it allows myself to um, be humble, be very, very confident that what I'm doing is, of course, the right thing. What I'm doing, of course, is going to be a great thing. And having somebody carry my name it blows my mind. And just to think that I'm going to create and build a legacy with this woman that I'm soon to call my wife, if you just really sit down and think about it, it's awesome. And so I'm very excited. I'm very what's I don't even know. I really don't have words to say. Yes, of course, it's a little nerve wracking trying to get everything together, so on and so forth. But my ultimate feeling is I am so excited and I can't wait because there's so many things that go along to being married and the blessings of being married and all the benefits of being married and so on and so forth. So, that's how I feel. But I thank you everyone for tuning in to the January show. Next time we will be coming to you. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and please subscribe and give us some comments and some likes. And we will see you next time.